That's probably a whole episode I could do on that.
Yeah, like just on the grading thing right there.
The whole grading.
Just got a second episode.
Maybe we're just here just casually talking. Welcome to another episode of No Comics for Old Men. Let's just casually talk about grading and all the things about it.
What CGX and PG?
Yeah. So there are two companies. So CGC is the comics grading company, and PGX, Professional Graders Grading Exchange, I believe is what it stood for. And I thought we had a CBCS in here also, which I didn't mention. Yeah. So this Tomb of Dracula was another company. This is the new company that's actually in competition, direct competition with CGC now. Comic Book Certifying Service. That's what the CBCS for. It's just the acronyms for the company's names. And CGC is like the leader right now. If you have a CGC book, that's a 9.8 against the PGX 9.8 on eBay, the CGC will sell higher. And then that's why it becomes the leader, because if the collectors are willing to put their money up higher for a CGC, it just means that most people accept that to be the leader.
And they've been pretty good.
They have done they even have, their newer stickers are even prettier. Like you can get, so if you have a Joker book, it might have a Joker in the corner of the label. Like the newer ones are very innovative, and certain companies and even certain artists have their own labels now. They also do, there's certain really gigantic comic book collections. If the book is known to come from that collection, it'll also be annotated on there from the collection of, because it also raises the value of the book because it's out of a certain person's collection who's known to be like one of the biggest collectors in the world.
Some books on like Fight let's say that would probably sell for a lot. Or is it like big name like dedicated collectors that
Dedicated collectors who've been collecting from way back.
Okay.
Like guys that have like really important books, like like the first Batman and stuff like that. And then probably bought it like for like next to nothing because they've been collecting so long. They bought it back when it was, a lot of these books I could have afforded to buy, that now they'll buy you a couple of houses. Yeah. Oh, I absolutely. When I was in my teens, I could have bought an Amazing Fantasy 15, which is Spider-Man's first appearance. I could have bought, in good condition for like $400 or $500, and it sold recently for 1.1 million. So like this stuff has gone up a lot. I've seen copies that have like no cover sell for like $3,000 and $4,000. Yeah.
What's the most expensive comic you've gotten in that you've like sold?
Probably I did have the first appearance of Ghost Rider. Oh no, we had the Daredevil #1. It was in rough condition. We sold it for $1,500, I want to say. No, I'm sorry. We sold it for $600. We were hoping to get $1,500. It's a $12,000 book in mint. So like the Amazing Spider-Man that we have on the wall right now, it's probably the most expensive book that we currently have that we haven't sold. And that's Amazing Spider-Man 129 with a Stan Lee autograph. First appearance of the Punisher. So yeah, that's like a 9.8 signed by Stan Lee, probably be a $5,000 or $6,000 book. On the open market, it probably books for around $3,500 unsigned in mint. It's not a mint copy, but it does have a signature. We're wanting around $1,500 to $1,800 for it.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that price has gone up since Stan Lee passed away, since there's no way you can get it signed anymore.
Yeah, but he signed so much, man. Probably the last 3 or 4 years of his life, he signed every day, like lots of stuff. They were basically just like making it a bankroll. Like they still have they have probably a warehouse full of stuff to sell with his signature on it. But being that it's like he made a lot of new stuff to sell, like prints that he just signed his name to. This somebody had to actually meet him at a convention and get the signature on the book. So that I might send out to CBCS. CBCS is the only company that will actually verify an autograph. And then the way CGC does it, they have to witness it. So they have to actually be physically looking, or it has to come with a certificate. And even if it comes with a certificate, they don't want to grade it. They want to physically see it getting done. So what they've started doing is actually bringing artists and writers in, and you can send your book to CGC. They'll have them sign it in front of them, and then they'll bag and board it. Encase it right then on the spot, and then it's a verified signature because they're doing it at the CGC location. That's probably a whole episode I could do on that.
Yeah, like just on the grading thing right there.
The whole grading.
I-
Maybe we're just here just casually talking. Welcome to another episode of No Comics for Old Men. Let's just casually talk about grading and all the things about it. And I have never sent a book out to be graded. I have sent baseball cards out when I used to do a lot of baseball cards. Comics kind of make me nervous. I know what kind of condition they are when I'm sending them out. I don't know what kind of condition they're going to arrive. I don't know what kind of repercussions you have if they drop the book at the place and put a ding in it or a bend in it. So I know a lot of the services now also offer pressing, and that's a whole other thing. I've talked about it before. If you have creases that don't break the ink, that you can actually press the book. It's just like ironing a book. You use a very, very, very low heat. A lot of people use a t-shirt press. Put some parchment paper, wrap it up, put some hard stuff in the middle to kind of fix the spines. Press it, leave it for 20 to 30 minutes. Boom, your book can go up a 1-point grade, can go up 3-point grades, depends. And if nothing else, a pressed book presents on your wall so much better. A new bag and board makes the book look so much better. You look at a bag and board that's been sitting around and dust been going on it and forever and dingy and it looks horrible. You put it in a brand new bag and board, it looks like a brand new car smell. Yeah, so there's lots of little things. Yeah.
So when it comes to the signature process, then obviously one wants to witness it, one will get it certified. Does anyone look down on that one when they're buying, or would it still sell as much as?
They're still trying to get a bigger part of the market, and they saw that as an advantage to people who had gotten books signed before there was grading. Right? There's grading for a long time, but there was no official grading. The books didn't get sealed. Comic shops used to say, "Oh, it was in the Overstreet Guide forever. It has it explains exactly how you should grade a book." Sadly, they never got into grading books. They probably should have. That would have been a very smart thing to do. But Diamond, I guess, just wanted to keep shipping out books. They also do Overstreet. They do the ones that publish the Overstreet Guide, which gives the whole explanation on how to grade your comic. But now there's at least 2 comic book companies that are grading. I don't know if PGX is still around or if they folded, but I know it's a very big bit. You don't get your book back for 3 to 4 weeks now. 3 weeks is a quick turnaround. It's a fast. You may not get your books back for 6 weeks. You can pay extra to get them back sooner. 6 weeks is less than 3 months. I'm talking about 6 months, not 6 weeks. Sorry. It may be as long as 6 months before you get your books back. That's how many books are getting graded. And so you see the difference. This is probably about 20 books, maybe not even 20 books, and it takes up the same amount of space as a box that holds almost 200 books. So if you're collecting, I would only be collecting these books that are key issues. I wouldn't be collecting all of them. But yeah,
Is it still that same time frame if you're getting an autograph verified, or does that take longer?
I haven't had it done. I would suspect it takes longer because it probably has to see 2 people. Probably the person that verifies the autograph is not the person who grades the comic. They may be certifying people. Again, it's, certifying people. Basically what they do is they first make sure it's using different lights. They'll see to see if it's actual ink and not pre-printed. Then they'll probably just bring up a bunch of autographs from different years. Like Stan Lee's autograph is totally different now from when it was in the 60s, right? So he started signing so much, it's just a sloppy mess now. But it used to be very, like, he started out with the line and then into the S, and then he ended, with the line at the end. It was very cool signature, his early signatures. And his late signatures are all right. I mean, you can still tell they're Stan Lee, but obviously, as you're signing that much, you get wore out, you get tired of signing, and you just become what's an easy flow. But they'll bring up the different variations, and they'll check it, and that they just can check it against other verified signatures. So if any of the verified signatures are fakes, you know what I mean? So the whole autograph thing, CGC, I think, is like, to have them there to sign it is great. There should be a way to verify signatures. But like in sports cards, getting a verified signature on any sports item, it's like $75. Yeah, it's a lot of money. So like, you really want to get it for yourself to hang on the wall. Because to get that $75, it better be like a Hall of Famer, like somebody that is amazing. Or buy it already, like since the late 90s, most everything's already pre-verified, unless you went to the ballpark and got it done yourself. It's really just for yourself.
From that baseball card video we did a little while ago, those 2 cards you pulled out, were you planning to send those to get graded or anything?
They look to be off center, so they're not going to be 9.5s or 10s. So the like to pay $10 or $15 to get it graded for a card that's only worth $40 to $50, and then you have to worry about it getting lost in the mail and all that. So for me, it has to be very valuable for me to get it graded. I do have some books I'm going to send out for the first time. We'll probably do a video on that, me packaging them up, and then we'll save that. Then when I get them back, it'll take a long time to make the whole video, but I think that would be a cool video.
And besides just like the grading, verifying its condition and it's what can be priced out for, no one really charges a little extra because it's like got the case of grade. Like if it's like a mediocre kind of thing.
Yeah, you're only going to get value in it if it's a higher grade. It can be a low grade if it's a super high priced book, right? So like Action Comics #1, it can be a 0.5. You want to get it graded because it verifies it actually is the very first, not a reprint, not a fake. That's any condition of a book of that value, you should get graded. If the book is not even a key issue, I don't see the point in getting graded unless you're going to get a 9, 8, or a 10. You almost never see 10s. I've never personally seen a 10. I've seen one on eBay, but I mean, I haven't held a 10 in my hands. I don't know how many they've given out. That might be a good thing to research, is how many 10s they've actually given out.